The time is just gone 7 minutes to 9 a.m. as we continue with the program this morning, and it's a time of the day where we bring you our nasiha, our Jummah nasiha on this blessed day of Jummah. Joining us on the line, Moulana Abdullah Khan, administrator with the Jamiatul Ulama KwaZulu-Natal. Moulana, assalamu alaikum wa rahmatullahi wa barakatuh. Jummah Mubarak and
Wa
welcome.
alaikum assalam. Wa alaikum assalam wa rahmatullahi wa barakatuh. And Jummah Mubarak to you as well.
Moulana, we know we're running slightly late, but Bismillah ar-Rahman ar-Rahim, so that we can maximize and get all the benefit from your wonderful nasiha this morning, inshallah.
Jazakallah khairan. Bismillahir Rahmanir Rahim. Nahmaduhu wa nusalli ala rasulihil kareem. Amma ba'd. My most honorable and respected listeners, I think this morning I would like to touch on something very pertinent, which has become very unavoidable in our day and age. And this is the utilization of social media platforms such as, Facebook, Twitter, WhatsApp, and then you have this various other platforms that people know and utilize it for being able to relay or being able to keep people updated or posted on a social level with as far as the day-to-day happenings or things that are going on around us. Now, this is becoming it's becoming a cheap and a very important manner in which a person keeps himself au fait and in the loop with regard to whatever is going on around him, etc. But let us look at what harms can be caused by abuse of social media, because we find that we are living in a time where people utilize such social media to get back at other people or to find faults with other people, or we end up doing a various amount of harm by backbiting, by slandering people, or telling some tales, or not communicating, or in a proper manner in trying to seek resolve. And sometimes we resort to such type of videos or placing of opposite gender pictures, blatantly advertising guna and sin, etc. This is all leads to guna and sin, the disobedience of Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala, and regrettably we don't even realize that we are involved in guna and sin. So we may be utilizing the social media platform because it's an easy form of communication and it hardly costs anything. But my most honorable and respected listeners, we have to realize that we are actually opening up the doors and the floodgates of guna and sin and evil, and we end up hurting people. We end up making such type of statements that, just tawbah and istighfar is also not even sufficient to wipe out that guna and sin. We have repeatedly mentioned that you get hukukullah and you get hukukul ibad. As far as hukukullah, the rights and duties that are due to Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala, this is the prerogative of Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala, and Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala makes and forgives a person whom He so ever chooses to. So there may be a person who may not even read one salah in his whole life, but it is a prerogative of Allah. We are not judgmental on any such person. We are there to encourage him to fulfill his obligatory duties towards Allah, etc. But we are not in a position to be judgmental to anyone, because we are not aware of what good amals and deeds people may have done, which may become a means of their forgiveness in the court of Allah. So Allah forgives the hukukullah, and that is the prerogative of Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala. But as far as the hukukul ibad is concerned, where we hear the famous hadith of Rasulullah sallallahu alayhi wa sallam, that mal muflis, who is that person who is a poor person? And then the Sahaba radiallahu anhum were explained by Rasulullah sallallahu alayhi wa sallam that it is not that person, man la dirham lahu wa la dinar, that he is not a person who does not have any dirhams and dinars to his account, that he is a poor person. No. the reality of a poor person is that person who will come on the day of Qiyamah with a huge amount of deeds and actions. He will come in the court of Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala, and there will be a long line of people who will be questioned, who will have claims against such a person. And then they will be claiming from Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala that this particular person bad-mouthed me, he swore at me, he disrespected me, or he passed a judgment against me, or he did this guna against me. In fact, he violated my rights, and he has taken away my rights. Oh Allah, today I want to be repatriated. I want to be given something in lieu of the harm that was caused to me. Now, most respected and honorable listeners, the good amals and deeds that were done by this particular person will be taken away from this particular person and handed over and given over to the people whom he may have offended. And social media has become, a vital form of communication. Whilst we understand that it has become a vital form of communication, but utilize social media and to go to the extent of where we start passing comments and statements, and we start, becoming judgmental, etc., on people or on society at large, or on organizations. These are things that are displeasing to Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala, and this is now not how a Muslim is supposed to be conducting himself. So we ask Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala to guide us, that we are living in a very challenging society, and that we must not utilize these amenities and facilities that may be in our hand to earn the displeasure of Allah, and together with that to become accountable in the court of Allah by handing over our good amals and deeds. May Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala guide us. May Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala grant us the consciousness, and may Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala make it easy for us that moving forward we live our life in conformity and in obedience to Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala, and in the noble tariqah and the method of Rasulullah sallallahu alayhi wa sallam. Jazakumullahu khairan. Wassalamu alaikum wa rahmatullahi wa barakatuh.
Alaikum salam wa rahmatullahi wa barakatuh, and jazakallah khairan to Moulana for the wonderful and inspiring nasiha this morning. And we say Ameen to your du'as, Moulana. Have yourself a wonderful day, inshallah. Assalamu alaikum wa rahmatullah.
Wa alaikum assalam wa rahmatullahi wa barakatuh.
That was Moulana Abdullah Khan with the nasiha this morning, Jummah Inspirations. The time is just gone 9 a.m. We are heading for the news. Tabile Duma at the Al Ansar newsroom is standing by.
Something fresh.